Alrighty everybody, here we are. It is August already and we are moving closer to the fall of 2022, which by the way is when we're going to be getting a lot of animated Star Wars material. That is Lucasfilm's big game plan right now for the end of this year, is that they want to end things off with animated content really taking off for Disney Plus, such as with The Bad Batch 2, as well as Tales of the Jedi, before we get back into live action for 2023. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way guys, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support. It is greatly appreciated. Now, one thing about the Disney Star Wars universe is that they really are drawing a lot from Star Wars Legends at this point in time moving forward, all thanks to Favreau and Filoni doing as they please and really kind of just embracing the vision by George Lucas that they're going to be able to achieve now, given that Favreau and Filoni, in case you guys were unaware, they actually got big promotions over at Lucasfilm about 6 months ago, all thanks to Bob Chapek, by the way, giving them a lot of creative power over the shows not only that they are working on, but also other shows that they are not developing. So basically, the only two shows that Kathleen Kennedy has a lot of, influence over, or power, creatively speaking, is Skeleton Crew and the Acolyte series, which a lot of you may know about already. Now, on top of all of this, what's really all the more exciting has a lot to do with exactly what's being planned for the character of Luke Skywalker by, of course, Disney and Lucasfilm, Favreau and Filoni, and exactly how it's really going to reshape how we view not just the character of Luke, but exactly what Luke Skywalker's life is like in between Star Wars Episode 6 and Episode 7. So, with that being said, of course, on top of all of that, with Disney and Lucasfilm getting ready to begin making major announcements at this year's Disney Plus Day, and Disney, of course, D23, they also have Celebration to drop more reveals for the fandom next year. As of now, Disney is putting together something big for the Star Wars universe that involves the character Luke Skywalker for his very own series that is currently dubbed simply as Star Wars Jedi Knight. Jedi Knight is planned to be an anthology show, where each episode will involve a brand new adventure for Luke. As of now, Lucasfilm is finally moving forward with doing a recast of Luke Skywalker only, and only for this project. The rest of the projects are set to use Mark Hamill with some brand new technology that ILM recently innovated for the franchise. However, Sebastian Stan has been in the talks with Lucasfilm over 2 years now on replacing Hamill as Skywalker. Now, Lucasfilm for a while was debating on which project would feature the Luke recast, and so they recently decided to do this strictly for the young Luke Skywalker series, currently titled as Star Wars Jedi Knight, that will hold and tell stories from Star Wars Legends that will be officially made canon in the Star Wars universe. Now, additionally, Sebastian Stan is in the process right now of learning to get Mark Hamill's mannerisms down before they plan to begin filming the new series sometime during the end of 2023, as they are planning to get the show out on Disney Plus by 2025 sometime. It's noted that Sebastian Stan is set to also receive some kind of de-aging technology treatment by just a tad to make him a little bit younger as Luke in the upcoming series, and some CGI will be applied as a supplement to his face a little in portions of his facial structure to truly recreate Luke Skywalker in live action. Now, of course, let me just stop here for a second. The thing about recasting Luke Skywalker is that obviously you have to be very, very careful with that, and I think that they made the right call here with dedicating a recast of Luke strictly only for his own show. By the way, we're going to be learning more about this, like I said before, at next year's Celebration. That's going to take place in Europe of 2023. So looking forward to that. It's going to be quite a fun time with everybody. But looking at everything related to Disney Plus Day and D23, they're only going to have enough to actually announce. Celebration next year is going to be a big deal. Now, Sebastian Stan, alright, we're going to get into this in just a second, because this was something that fans have been asking for the longest time now, ever since 2019. Alright, that's how far this really goes back. And when you look at Sebastian Stan, he really does mimic a young Mark Hamill. The reason why Disney is putting their foot down and saying, let's do this right now, let's make it happen, is because they don't want Stan to get too old to the point where they have to use heavy de-aging technology where it's going to be very costly. That's why they're using minimum effects on him to keep it at a baseline cost. So on top of this, alright, this is where things begin to get picked up quite a bit, is that the main reason they are doing a recast for this project only has to do with the fact that using the deepfake technology and de-aging tech along with ILM's new secret technology to be used on other projects with Luke would be way too costly for a whole show dedicated to Skywalker, which is why they are focusing on a recast with Sebastian Stan. It's far cheaper to do that. Characters like R2-D2, the Knights of Ren, Lor San Tekka, Ben Solo, and new foes are set to make appearances in the new show that will be made officially canon and announced at Star Wars Celebration next year. Now, Mark Hamill is described to be very excited about Stan's role and portrayal of Luke, and that this is something that Favreau and Filoni wanted to do for the fans, just as they did with using Rosario as Ahsoka. That too was a fan cast made true by the creators listening to the fans' wish. So now Stan is planning to make a big announcement on stage at Celebration next year for his role as Luke Skywalker, and that Lucasfilm wants to make this into a very special announcement for the entire Star Wars fandom. Now, let me just pause here before I get to the next piece of material, is that we already know that everything related to Disney Star Wars right now is that they really have to dig themselves out of this big hole that they put themselves in with the sequels and the Kenobi series. Now, a lot of people out there like the Kenobi show. I mean, there's a good portion that liked it. And that's perfectly fine, you know, everybody has their own opinion, but there's no doubt about it that a lot of Star Wars fans out there are very unhappy with what happened with that show, because Kathleen Kennedy had a very big hand in it. She had the creative rights from the Kenobi movie trilogy that transferred over into the form of a series, and so that's why you had a lot of Kathleen Kennedy influence over it later in production. So the thing about Sebastian Stan becoming Luke Skywalker, their plan essentially is to use CGI and deepfake as a supplement on Stan's face to truly make him look young. Because, you know, he is getting a little bit up there in age, you know, he's not like a young guy. I mean, Sebastian Stan, if anybody can remind me, I believe he might be around 38, 39, approaching 40 years old. He's like around Hayden Christensen's age, a little bit closer, but they don't want to sit on it. They don't want to make, you know, themselves wait till he's like 45, 46 years old, and they have to use more deepfake technology on him. They want to use minimal amounts because this is going to be all about Luke, and they want to focus on an actual live-action version of young Skywalker. So, obviously, that's their game plan. The Mandalorian is the foundation, alright? And each character that's in The Mandalorian is pretty much going to get their own show. That seems to be the common trend. You have Boba Fett getting his own show, you know, with the Season 2, of course, coming back. You have Ahsoka, you got the Bo-Katan series currently in the works, and now you have this Luke Skywalker anthology show in development. So you can see that all the main characters in the Mandoverse, or in the Mandalorian, is like this foundation to create spin-offs or branches of new Star Wars shows. So overall, guys, you know, drop a comment below. Let me know what you guys have to say about this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.